I'm super excited to showcase this. I was able to get the entire Wave 2 of the Marvel Legends series Deadpool and Wolverine figures, Wave 2 of the figures from that movie. I was able to get this at Avengers Campus at Disney California Adventure at the Disneyland Resort here in Anaheim, and I was not expecting to see these in the store till later. But the thing is, at Avengers Campus and some of the other places at the Disneyland Resort, they seem to get the early hookup when it comes to getting your Marvel Legends series or any kind of Marvel figures at their stores, whether it be in California Adventure or downtown Disney. These I was able to get at the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout store when you exit that ride. And when I saw all these in one go, I was like, wow, I just had to pick them up. And then I stopped by the Avengers Reserve at downtown Disney, and they had all these guys as well. So if you want to get these initially, whether they're still out there, you can grab all of these figures there, because at least at my local Walmart or Target, they're pretty bad when it comes to getting, figures in terms of reliable shipments, especially a big wave like this, which a lot of people were looking forward to. But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine's been out for a couple years now, and it had its initial wave of figures. It was really just Deadpool and Wolverine. The thing with some of these guys, had these figures been released at the time the movie came out, or God forbid, even just a little bit before, a few of these guys would have been major spoilers. So it made sense why they had to delay the release of those guys until after, a couple years now later, where spoilers are not really a concern for Deadpool and Wolverine at this point. We go around the room and see the 6 figures that we have. We have sleeveless battle damaged Wolverine, which was definitely needed after the clean version that we got initially. We've got Blade, which would have been a pretty big spoiler had they released this guy with the initial wave. Brown suit Wolverine would have been a big spoiler because we didn't really know we were going to see a variant of Wolverine in the classic yellow and brown suit. Very cool. X-23, which would have been a spoiler, although they did reveal her in a very kind of last-minute trailer at the end, so it wasn't at least a surprise for me in the when she popped up in the movie. But for most people, or a decent amount of people, would have been a pretty decent spoiler right there that weren't expecting her. Cowboy Pool, which I'm not sure how much of a spoiler that would have been. I think there were rumors of the Deadpool corpse appearing in that movie. But regardless, pretty cool to have another variant of Deadpool, the Cowboy Pool, who was voiced by Matthew McConaughey in that movie. And we have Cassandra Nova, the film's main antagonist. I don't think this one would have been a big spoiler. I think they showcased her a little bit in some of the trailers. Wasn't a big part of the marketing because obviously they're focused on Deadpool and Wolverine. But for the most part, this would have been, they could have released this at the time. So we have the 6 figures from Wave 2 of Marvel Legends Deadpool and Wolverine. The only one that I actually was not able to get in the Wave 2, at least from what I've seen, is that Wave 2 also features another Deadpool figure that comes with a whole bunch of accessories. It comes with the Wolverine skeleton, it comes with Dogpool, it comes with the gold handguns that he has his normal katanas, and some other thing, and it's more expensive than your typical, kind of Marvel Legends figure on the scale of these ones. All of these ones were standard Marvel Legends price, but thankfully I get a bit of a decent discount at the Disneyland Resort, so it definitely made it worthwhile buying these over at the Disneyland Resort as opposed to paying the full mega almost $30 price tag that they would pay at a Walmart, Target, or anywhere else like that. So the order that I have these guys in is actually the order that you see them on the box display. Take this guy, where you see Battle Damage Wolverine, Blade, Brown Suit Wolverine, X-23, Cowboy Pool, and Cassandra Nova. Not sure why they have those guys in that order, but that's how I wanted to display them. So yeah, super excited to showcase these guys off, and we're going to start to take a look by looking at one of them in this video right now. Here we got the Marvel Legends for Wolverine's brown suit that we saw make an appearance in Deadpool and Wolverine. It was a fun little surprise in that movie when we saw a variant of Wolverine pop up in his classic yellow and brown suit. It was a nice surprise that obviously would have been ruined had they had Marvel Legends for this guy around the time when Deadpool and Wolverine came out, so we would have known that the brown suit was making an appearance. And it was a nice moment when we saw it pop up to where I was like, wow, that's a great looking suit. It might even look better than his yellow and blue suit. So it's nice that we got to see his second to most iconic suit make an appearance in its proper kind of movie live action MCU form. You see, it's the kind of basics when it comes to that yellow and brown classic suit, just with the proper live action kind of treatment. This one comes with him with the cowl. That was the thing in the movie. He was not wearing the cowl. I'll get more into that once we take out the actual figure. But still, regardless that we get the figure, you see some of the accessories it comes with. It comes with an extra kind of hoodie type mask that you can use with a faceless Wolverine or a maskless Wolverine. But the thing with this guy, he doesn't come with an extra non-masked head. It's just this head sculpt, this hoodie type mask thing you can put around his neck, an extra neck sculpt, but there's no extra headless, non-masked head, which is like, what are y'all doing? The whole point of the figure, the whole scene in the movie, he was not wearing a mask, and you give him this hoodie type mask when he doesn't even have a head, or the head to go with it. Doesn't make a ton of sense, but we'll get more into that once we open it up. Box is the same as the other Marvel Legends for Deadpool and Wolverine. See Wolverine with the brown suit. Get a great image of Wolverine with his masked head going on, the cowl. The description: while universe hopping, Deadpool's delighted to find a Wolverine variant who is wearing the classic brown and tan suit, until he realized he stepped right into the middle of a brutal face-off with the Hulk. Wish we could have seen that fight. That would have been just unbelievable. But yeah, it was a fun little surprise in that movie. You see he's part of the Wave 2 with the other figures, that with the yellow and blue suit Wolverine, then we got the brown ones along with all the other guys right there. Again, this guy wasn't a major story spoiler, but it was a fun little surprise, so it's nice they didn't ruin it with any figures beforehand. But now that Deadpool and Wolverine's 2 years out, we can get a nice figure of this guy. We'll go ahead and open him up. This little clip thing is really, there we go. Move that out the way. Just take the one piece of tape out, like so. Try to do it, don't ruin the box. Pull him out. Here we go with brown suited Wolverine that we just need to get out without hopefully bending all the claws. And you see that I was hoping, like, am I wrong? Does he come with an extra non-masked head sculpt? And no, they just gave him the masked look. But regardless, it's still fun to take him out and have him in all his tan and brown suited glory. I was saying yellow and brown, but it's more of a tan and kind of brown. But yeah, it looks great having this guy. It's just that it would have been nice to give him the non-masked head sculpt to really replicate what we saw in the actual movie. But you see, it kind of plays the same way as the other Marvel Legends that we've seen for Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine and some other figures in the past, giving you that basic stuff you look from Wolverine. The head sculpt is not as snarly as the other Marvel Legends, the masked Wolverine that we saw with the battle damage yellow and blue suit. This one, I mean, he looks mean, but it's not the meanest kind of look. Definitely the other head sculpt, I think, looked better. We'll get more into that later, but I mean, great detail on the suit as far as what they were able to do with it, getting those kind of, line patterns that are going up and down. Shoulder pieces. I'm kind of curious, like in practicality, like for the live action, how these shoulders work, how it's got the kind of covering right here, but how does that work as far as like raising his elbows? Are these like extra shoulder pieces? You'd have to really look at that suit in live action more. But this looks really good as far as capturing what you want from that suit. Some detail didn't even notice from the movie where he's got like a little pockets section right there on the side to put whatever he needs to into that. The boots look great. As far as you see the back, like I said, as far as bringing that classic brown and gold suit to life, I mean, this is just really good, great even. I just really wish he came with that extra head sculpt. It especially does not make sense when you look at these extra pieces he has. But his articulation is just what you would want. He's got great head rotation. Where this neck piece, because of this thing, can come out, so that makes it really easy to move him all around. Which makes me wonder, can this headpiece, can this even like come off it, or is it stuck on there? I'm actually not sure. We'll have to test that out, but it's got great shoulder articulation up and down. He's not hindered by having mega shoulder pieces that can ruin his articulation on the shoulders. Arms are great. Doesn't feel stiff at all. It's got the proper leg rotation, ankle up and down for the foot. Articulation-wise, this guy is great, just like the other Wolverines we've seen. So that's good. But now I am really curious because this guy has great kind of head rotation, where you see all the crazy up and down movement he can do. But I'm all like, so is this headpiece like actually stuck on here? Because obviously this whole neck piece is going to be able to come out if you want to switch him out with this other piece, with these pieces he has for the neck, which I'm assuming maybe this is for if you can put another headless, not a headless, but put the other head for Wolverine, which unfortunately this damn guy doesn't come with the extra goddamn headpiece you need. So that was just really effing stupid to do that. I have no idea why they did that. I'll just show the other accessories because I'm not really going to pull these hands out. Extra hands like any other Wolverine. We are going to take a look at this hoodie piece, and then the extra neck piece, assuming to switch it with a actual head for Wolverine. That's the thing. If you're going for movie accuracy, you got to give him the other head. I don't know what they were thinking on that. But I mean, the guy does look great. I mean, look at him like that. That's really good. I just wish they weren't so lazy and gave him the proper goddamn headpiece, non-mask headpiece he would have needed to be really, just movie accurate. Come on, guys. What are you doing? You just had to copy and paste the other head sculpt that he had. But before we take those pieces out, we want to do obviously some proper size comparisons, obviously naturally to fit the scene that he's in. I don't have a traditional Hulk figure, but I have the next best thing from recent years. Him next to the Red Hulk from Brave New World, the MCU movie that came out right after this, where they even mention adamantium, so decent tie-in right there. So the scale works good as far as replicating that fight. Again, I wish I had a traditional Green Hulk figure with me here to really showcase, the proper kind of look, but you can get that with this. That's the thing with this in terms of this mask look. The reason why, if you're wondering in the movie, you didn't see him with the mask in the scene, which obviously would have completed the classic comic book look when he's got the claws going like this, is because since this scene appears towards the beginning-ish of the movie, they wanted to save the reveal for Wolverine finally wearing his mask in live action towards the end, where he's, going up, teaming up with Deadpool against the Deadpool corpse. That's supposed to be the money shot of the movie, that kind of no way home moment, like, oh my goodness, it's finally happened. So they were saving that for the end, but it would have been nice to see him like this, but it would have ruined the later impact of that surprise after. So for those wondering, that's why they went with that in the movie. And I understand that, even though it would have been nice to have this guy with the proper look. So how about just giving me that proper head sculpt then? The mask look and the non-mask look. It is what it is. So we already saw him with Hulk. Scale-wise, works good there. Bring out the other Wolverines that we see in the movie. We have him and just regular Logan with the clothes we see when he's in the, falling over like he did in that bar scene. In the bar, stand up, stand up, stand up. There we go. This guy came with the Deadpool figure that we saw from Wave 1. Here's Wolverine, or brown suit Wolverine, with our regular suited yellow and blue suit Wolverine, pre any battle damage and not having the mask. This was part of Wave 1 that actually came with the mask. And to actually showcase the mask, here's him with the Wave 2 Wolverine that just came out. In fact, let me put these guys next to each other. This one just came out. This one, unfortunately, didn't come out with an extra non-mask head sculpt also. So I don't know why they did this for this wave of figures, where they just did not come with the masks that they needed to, just be complete. And we can have him with, oops, I'm kind of running out of room now. I'll zoom out. Here's him next to Legacy Wolverine from the X-Men, X-Men Origins Wolverine. This came out around when Deadpool and Wolverine came out. Part of it just said like Deadpool Legacy Marvel Collection, whatever, but it's Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine. So there you go for that one. And oh Jesus, if I have any more effing room on this, my goodness. One more Wolverine. And the scale next to Wolverine from, if you can see him, gotta get him to stand up first. There we go. Wolverine from X-Men 97. So not live action, obviously, but more of your classic, somewhat short man Wolverine. Shorter than all of these guys, obviously. So a really cool display right there, showcasing all of these Wolverines that we got in the collection, how they look with each other. Obviously, all these live action guys scale perfect with each other. All of them being different characters, except for, well, getting these guys out the way. So you could display most of these guys together and it would work because they're all different characters. Right now, we want to try and finally see this guy with a proper head sculpt. So what I want to try first, so let's get all these other guys out the way. We will try and attempt first to do him with this guy, because this guy being in just his civilian clothes, don't really care too much about this one. Now, I tried this head sculpt with this other Wolverine that I had, and it didn't fit really at all. So maybe hopefully it works better with this guy right here. So again, this crazy movement this guy has. Actually, as far as like a head rotation, this is really good how this works. But you don't really get anything out of the actual head itself. And I want to be careful. I want to break it. So we'll start off by trying to take off the neck first. See if we can pull this out. I will say this guy does look really, oh my goodness, this does look great. I'm so glad they gave us a figure of this guy, even if it was a brief appearance in the movie. Me complaining about without having the head sculpt. It still looks great. I'm going to showcase that one more time. Just look at that guy. Oh man, that looks really good. So your basic, the articulation and the head sculpt. Oh man, you could do some really great poses with this guy. Just show him right there like that. Yeah, that looks good. And put a claw up like that, so you can really see the full frontal of his rage. Can't really properly replicate that his kind of claw thing that he did in the movie, but whatever. At least not with this or how I have it set up. But just to showcase that does look great. But again, let's try to get him to be movie accurate. So we'll attempt to take off this neck by, let's guess, pulling it. Oh, there we go. I've never seen anything like this where the entire neck can come off like that. That is very, very interesting how that's done. And it doesn't look like the head, if it can come out, it can't come out all that easily. Otherwise, they wouldn't put it on this neck piece. I'm not really sure why that was done. But whatever. Now let's put on this piece right here. This is an extra neck piece to put on a different head, I guess. So the front part of it would be this right here, where it's got the little collar open. So press it in like this. Oh, I'm going to showcase the ball joint that's right here. Again, I don't ever have any figures like this where the neck joint is like that. But you still get the same really good articulation with how it's done. All right, so let's test it out first with this Wolverine. Let's see if we can get him on. See if this one fits better, can work. So we can stick him in. I'm always afraid I'm gonna break these ball joints. So that looks okay. It's the same problem as this figure when I try to put it on, where I guess this sculpt for this Wolverine just isn't designed to go on these other figures, because this does feel pretty loose and it should go in a bit more. So, and you see even on the side it looks worse when it comes to that neck being, I mean, it's not horrible, but it does need to be a bit shorter, to where if you compare it more directly now with this guy, it should become, well, actually no, that does look okay. So it's not the worst thing. I just wish they had designed this head to properly, the head that goes with this guy, to better fit these other ones, because that's the one I want to use for these other guys. So we'll try the other head and see if we can get that to work. Pull it back out. All right, and so we'll take off the one from the clean suited, non-battle damage Wolverine. All right, so we'll put this head on, and I'm assuming this will work a lot better. Let's stick it right in there. And yeah, that fits as I expected. That fits a lot better as far as being more snug, not being so loose. That's good. Just want to turn this to get this better. There we go. So that's nice. They really should have, this figure should have came with the extra head sculpt. I'm not really sure what they were thinking, not giving him the extra head sculpt, when the whole point of this extra piece for the neck is for him to have the extra head sculpt. So that's really unfortunate. I don't know what they were thinking with that. That's easily the worst thing about this figure, how it doesn't come with the extra head sculpt. But this is great as far as being able to give him that look when he had, I can't remember what hand he was using. Was it this hand? Or is it this hand? Well, it doesn't really matter. But you give him like this, and then you can have that look. That's what would have been nice about having the other head sculpt, so you can maybe give him one where he's giving more of that smirk he had when he was about to take on the Hulk. This one obviously doesn't really replicate that, but as far as putting this head on this Wolverine, oh man, this looks really good. So they should have, I mean, at bare minimum, they could have just given us another one of these heads to put on, because now I have to use this head that I want to use for this clean suited Wolverine to properly go on this one, as this other head that goes on this Wolverine just does not fit. But you see, that does look really good with the suit on and everything. I wish, the only problem right here is that when you tilt the head up, you see too much of his actual, you know, kind of like neck, upper chest region, so it's kind of awkward like that. That's unfortunate. But when he's just kind of neutral, kind of looking like this, it looks just fine. So once you put that head sculpt in, oh man, that looks really good. He's got this other piece right here where you can give him kind of a hoodie look, a classic hoodie look that you would see in the comics. But the thing with that is that I don't think, when you see this guy looking like this, I don't think you ever see any angle where it looks like you see the mask thing on the back. But thankfully, I thought I was going to have to take the whole neck off, but it kind of opens up right here. So you can just stick it around to give him that kind of look. Oh, Jesus. If we can get him in. And is that all they want you to do? I guess so. So you can have that classic hoodie look that you see for Wolverine. Again, to my knowledge, I don't think you don't really see this kind of angle, even when he's in the yellow and blue suit. It's kind of the thing with the movie. When he puts the masks on, the scene at the end is like, where did that mask come from? Because you never see anything in the back that makes it seem like there's a mask behind there. So it's almost like he really did pull it out of nowhere. So for a practicality reason, that doesn't really make sense. but I think this guy looks really good. I think he looks better without this, to be honest, because this isn't movie accurate. But yeah, that looks great as far as replicating the proper, proper movie accurate look for Wolverine in that scene. I mean, this looks really good. The figure looks great, but it's kind of a give or take situation because I think it's just unbelievably lazy that he didn't come with his own head sculpt for the faceless look. You know, you give him this piece that makes it to where he should have another head sculpt, but all you give him is the mask look. And that's great, but you know, for movie accuracy, give me an additional head so I can replicate what we actually saw for the movie. So unfortunately, that's very unfortunate, but the figure itself looks really good. So as I stated, I think this figure, in terms of just the posability, just the look, the awesomeness behind having brown suited Wolverine, I mean, this is great. I'm glad they did a figure for this guy. I didn't go over this, but he's got different waist articulation than the other Wolverine suit that we got this one. This one has more of a bendy kind of thing. This one, it's more of a circular, almost ball jointed kind of rotation. Can't really quite go up and down quite as much. Maybe it's just because of the differences in the suit, but regardless, still good. And again, I just think this suit just looks really good. I don't know really what they were thinking as far as not giving him the extra head sculpt, because I want to use this head sculpt for this Wolverine that I have, the clean-suited Wolverine, and I can't because I need it to use this look for this Wolverine as the head sculpt that went with this one. Just for whatever reason, they designed it to where it can't fit all that well. So it's great to have the extra masked head. Let me put that mask head back on one more time. I mean, obviously this looks really good, but I just think if we're going for movie accuracy, which we always should, they should have given us the extra head sculpt. You could have given us the nice smirk he was making in that movie, or just give us the other head sculpt we had before. It just does not make any sense. But it's cool that we can have these two together, and what's nice is that, you know, you can have them together and they're both different characters, so that's nice. I think both of these guys look great, and it's showcases the beauty in just bringing comic book costumes to life as they properly should. Obviously, you make some changes to make it work for live action, more realistic, but yeah, this is the beauty of bringing costumes to life in proper comic book yet appropriate live action fashion. So I'm happy to have this guy. I just wish they weren't so goddamn lazy as far as what you need for another head sculpt. I keep harping on that, but it's the only real problem with this figure, and it would have been absolutely perfect. But I still like this guy, even with the mask look. Obviously does look good. I wish they gave him a better head sculpt though. I think this head sculpt on this mask one looks a lot better. There's something kind of weird looking about this face sculpt. Maybe not weird looking, but I guess since I've had this guy open, this yellow suited one, or yellow and blue one, I just think like, wow, that head sculpt was really good. This one, not quite as much, but so fine. I like it. So it's a good figure. Just wish they went the extra, or not even extra mile. It should have came with the goddamn extra head sculpt, but I'm still liking it regardless, and you can always just move some other heads around to give him that proper look. So that'll do it for this showcase and this review of brown tan and brown suited Wolverine. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching.